Welcome back. So today I'm going to talk about something which is a big pain point for the recruitment fraternity. Most employers, most recruiters have a huge problem in this area, which is how to ensure that once a candidate is offered, he or she actually ends up joining your organization. So, in typical terminologies, this is called an offer drop. Okay, when the candidate does not offer, rather, does not honor the commitment of joining your organization. And of late, we have seen that this is a number which has been increasing. Now, there are various reasons for it. One, obviously, opportunities are much more that candidates have, and if they are good candidates, they end up getting, far more opportunities. The other thing is, now the notice period in most organizations is 2 to 3 months. So the wait time for the candidate to quit the existing organization and join in is that much more. And that allows the candidate time to explore new opportunities. Now, these are uncontrollable factors. That's how the industry practices are right now. So I don't think that we can do anything, around these areas of reducing the notice period, because that has to be a very, large exercise by most organizations. However, there are certain things that, as an employer or as a recruiter, you can do to impact this issue. One thing where we have seen a lot of organizations not doing a good job is engaging with the candidate post the offer. And the first thing to ensure that you are able to effectively engage with the candidate is to create a cadence around it. If you don't have a cadence, if you don't have a plan that you have set, if you don't have specific intervals that you have planned for in terms of when do you want to have a touch point with the candidate, if you do it sporadically, it'll yield only so much. Okay, so the first step is to put some thought, do some planning. It'll not take too much time. Just create a calendar and ensure that you stick to the calendar. The other innovative thing which can be done, and now it might not be done for every role, but if it's a critical role, you might want to kind of send a low budget gift item. Okay, just to kind of show your excitement to have this candidate on board. And remember, the financials or the budget is not important. The gesture is important, when it comes to this, because not too many organizations are doing it. So if you do that, somewhere you might be successful in touching the right chord of the candidate. And as you would know, most people are driven by emotions at a certain level. And if you can swing the candidate's emotions towards you, there's a very good chance that the candidate won't get swayed by other, even more lucrative opportunities. The plan should also be not to have only the HR or the recruitment team engage with the candidate. Get the hiring manager in the game, get the eventual reporting manager in the game. And if the reporting manager says, "Oh, I'm too busy doing my deliverables," you need to convince the manager and show the downside of losing this candidate, which will mean that more than that amount of time would be required from the hiring manager to interview more candidates. So he or she might as well invest this time effectively to ensure that there is no offer drop. Potentially create a plan to invite the candidate for a team meeting, either virtually or in person. That really gets the candidate excited. And if it's a well planned event, if it goes smoothly, if you give an opportunity to the candidate to also participate and ask for the inputs from the candidate, chances are that that is also a touch point which will be very effective in ensuring that the risk of offer drops get significantly reduced. Now, doing all of this, will it guarantee that there are no offer drops? Of course not. You might still have people who will drop offers. However, if you do these things, chances are that you will be able to have a positive impact on this aspect. One thing that I would discourage employers from doing is if there is a candidate, no matter how critical a position it is that you have hired the candidate for, comes back with a counter offer after accepting your offer, says that, okay, you know what, I interviewed with another organization and they are offering X percentage more than what you are offering. Now I want to negotiate for a better offer. Now that's something that you should never do, okay, because that opens the Pandora's box. That creates a perception that you are someone who can be squeezed. And even after you negotiate the offer, you give a better offer, there is no guarantee that this candidate would eventually join you. It actually is an indicator that the candidate's behavior is something which is not encouraging. Okay, somebody who's not honoring the commitment that he or she has made. So use that as a red flag and avoid giving in to the pressure. In the interim, it might look very urgent. As a recruiter, you have your numbers to meet, business is sitting on your head, and all of that. But for all you know, this candidate might eventually not join you and go back and renegotiate the offer with the other employer, or join you for a month and then quit because there are greener pastures in terms of financials that he or she will find. So, my recommendation is avoid this at any cost. Follow the earlier suggestions that I gave in terms of having a plan, engaging with the candidate with a plan in mind. Once you do that, I think this issue of dropping offers is something which can be controlled. It might not be eradicated completely, but definitely controlled more effectively. I hope this small talk is going to be useful for my recruiter friends and startup employers. Thank you so much for listening in. Have a good day.